Good morning. We are starting the day off with a hike up an interesting trail here in Acadia National Park called the Flying Mountain Trail. I'm pretty excited about it. I didn't get to do a hike yet on this trip because earlier during the work week I was working. We don't have Wyatt with us, so this should be a little bit more engaging, somewhat challenging hike.
That's been true this entire trip, is that I have a beautiful aroma of off and DEET. That is permanent. The bugs are pretty ferocious out here, but the spray helps. Definitely had to start spraying the kids all the time. This more moderate trail has been so far pretty rocky, a lot of little branches and stuff. Amelia says stairs and roots that come out of the ground. But I think it's a good, appropriate level for like a 6-year-old like ours. I'd be careful here because a lot of the trails are actually dangerous. So Acadia is not one to decide that your kid's just like super good at hiking and to do it. There are places that have like actual ladders and steep cliffs. So I wouldn't go above moderate with a kid under like 12. How is it, guys? Too difficult?
Just right.
Grandma can do it, anybody can do it.
My heart rate's 145, 85 feet elevation so far. So there's nothing but up from here.
Do you want me to take her lead?
And down.
Yeah. Look at you go, baby girl. You did it! So steep incline, definitely not for the 3 and 4-year-olds, but so worth it. Look at this. Look at this like 360 view. This is awesome. Amelia, we're gonna be on one of those boats in a couple hours.
Wow. Want to video me and Truffles?
Sure.
71? Can still do it? At 12? Truffles can still do it.
Awesome.
And what a beautiful view.
There's a blue
We're
flag.
going down! I'm making us do a little level, like an elevator kind of up. But that's
So I'm super glad we didn't bring Wyatt because this is definitely a little on the
very
challenging
steep
side.
and including up and down.
Yeah.
I think I need some help here.
So, you know, my mom's been needing a little help, the dog's been needing a little help. So I think that
Come on, Truffles.
Amelia's doing fine, but I would not bring anyone under, like, what do you think, Amelia? 5 or 6?
Under 6.
Under 6 on the moderate hikes.
And nobody who needs a knee or hip or any surgery.
Surgery.
Yeah.
Nobody who needs a surgery. Sometimes you need to use your hand and grab onto something.
But it's super fun. It's like a really fun scramble.
For the people.
Come here, Truffle. You thirsty? Come here. Come here. It's hair up time. So we've been really enjoying this hike, but as we're doing it, we can't help but think about how excited we are that the kids are getting better at stuff. Because as a little spoiler, I think we have some hikes coming up in the next year in other countries that are going to be spectacular. So just imagine this, except, you know, Swiss Alps, the Arctic,
Imagine
glaciers.
that, right?
So we're going to some cool places and there's going to be some really awesome hikes. So I'm glad the kids are finally starting to get to the age where we're not carrying them and they're able to do it.
Exactly. You having a good time?
Yeah. Awesome walk.
Would you say it's too difficult to be fun or difficult enough to be really fun?
Difficult enough to be really fun.
Awesome.
Mike, we seem to be at a path that could go this way or this way. Has anyone famous, anyone like Robert Frost, ever had anything to say about that?
2 roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both and be one traveler. Long I stood, and looked down the one as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, for it was grassy and wanted wear, though as for that, the passing there had worn them really about the same. and both that morning equally lay, in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere, ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference.
Come on, this way. It's like California here. We're going from the mountains to the beach. This is gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
You mean
So we went back to the house to change, we grabbed a quick lunch, and now we're on a boat. We're going to do a nature tour.
Okay, so we're going to take a pause for a minute and talk a little bit about the osprey. We have a seal. Oh, I see where you're looking. Yeah, it's at about 7 o'clock, way off in the distance.
Oh, a tiny bit. Oh, yeah, there.
lobster butts?
Let's see.
Oh, that's a lobster butt.
We're actually going into a fjord, and I think we're going to be going to a fjord in, spoiler, Norway. So this is a nice little
landscape. There'll be friction.
preview.
Another one from up top takes its place. So you always get
Mama Bear,
Sure.
what was your favorite part of the boat ride? The first half or the second half?
The second half, the first half, I was like, I don't think I'm going to like this tour, but the second half with the fjord and everything was amazing. We're going to get to go to see what I thought would be our first fjord in Norway at some point next year, and instead we got to see it today. It was beautiful, and we got to see all kinds of cool boats, and the water was the right color, it was the right temperature out. Very enjoyable. And then we're going to go check out some of the stores in Bar Harbor, buy the kids one souvenir each, one children, and then we're gonna go have dinner. We're actually not rushed tonight, which is kind of nice.
Very.
Wyatt, ready for a pickup? Good. Yeah. Going to a new place.
I'm gonna die in like 10 minutes.
So we wrapped up a little shopping in Bar Harbor, walking around, seeing some of the cute shops. The kids got little souvenirs, and now we're on our way to dinner tonight. Hey, what are you?
Very good.
And what are you doing?
I'm opening my pizzas and close the pizzas.
Today's been very hectic. We woke up and started working right away because, of course, we're still working on this vacation. And unfortunately, I noticed that I have a little bit of a bullseye mark on my leg. So I think I might have been bit by a tick. And Lyme disease is really serious in the Northeast. So I was on the phone with Doctors on Demand, remote service, which is great when you're on the road. And they told me I should get on some antibiotics. So I'm about to go drive to pick up some antibiotics from town, hopefully make it back in time for a meeting. And then we'll be back to all the fun stuff later this afternoon. But you never know what's gonna happen on trips, and you take the good with the bad.
Sadly, all good things must come to an end, and on this trip, this is our last night here. So we're going to one of the fanciest restaurants we'll get to experience on the whole trip. A really cool looking place, according to the reviews, called Galen's, right in the heart of Bar Harbor. Actually right next door to Jetty's, where we had been on one of our first nights in town. After that, we're taking an awesome looking sunset cruise on an actual sailing ship that I'm super excited for. And all in all, it should turn out to be a really great day. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, there's been antibiotics, there's been a lot of bug bites, but this is the good stuff that we look forward to that makes it all worth it. So we're excited to go have a good time.
Here are the best for the blueberry lemonade.
We got a lot of cocktails around that have been disappointing, but I heard they were made for their cocktails, and this is delicious. They do happy hour every day between 3 and 6 too.
So what did you get?
I got the spicy seafood voodoo base. Look at this. This is ridiculously good looking. My dad got scallops, lobster, and crab cakes for $42. This place is really reasonable.
I have the
Fettuccine.
fettuccine with shrimp and butter
Nice.
and Parmesan cheese.
Okay.
I never felt tomorrow closing in this fast. Oh, I guess time's in a rush. Leaves are falling down, but at least they grow back. While I'm on a one-way track. Now I know what it means to grow old. Yeah, now I know the time I've got, it is just enough to get by. Yeah, it is just enough to get by. Sometimes I understand I'm making all the wrong demands in life. It never pays in the end, but still